up? It's my soul Jay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for checking me out. This video, I've been wanting to make this video for the past 2 or 3 days. I haven't had any time to do it, but I have an hour. I'm just about to do this. We're gonna start. No further introduction needed. But a couple of nights ago, after I posted that grownish video about situationships and 2 a.m. hookups and all that, I was talking to one of my friends about the conversation that I had, but we just got deeper into like, how do I say it? Into people who want serious relationships but aren't ready for that title. And when we were talking, I actually thought of this on the weekend by one of my favorite artists. I wouldn't say of all time, but I've only really loved her for a couple of years. But SZA, Control, that was my life last year. And The Weeknd, everyone was so hype about The Weeknd. And initially they were hyped because they thought of it as like this empowering side chick anthem. Like SZA was The Weeknd and she loved being The Weeknd even though she low-key wanted to be the weekday. And it just became this whole discussion on, is it a good thing to glorify being The Weeknd, being the cheater, or being that negative situation with all that bad karma? And yeah, I thought about the song, and I think that this is gonna be crazy. Like, hold your triggers, but I think there could be some positives to being The Weeknd. And I have the song lyrics right here on Genius. I literally wrote look at that. I wrote a mind map of the whole song, the structure, like the meanings behind the shit. And I just want to talk about the song and being The Weeknd, because I feel like as my generation, maybe the generations after me, maybe even the generations before me, I don't know. I feel like our ideas of love and what we really want, they're just so scattered. And we want all of these, we want like the feeling of being in love, the feeling of having someone to like cuddle with at night and go out with during the weekends and to be exclusive to us, but we aren't always ready for that title or like the commitment and the work it takes to actually build a life with someone. So yeah, all of it interests me, but I'm gonna get into The Weeknd. So first question, or the first like topic of this, being the weekday versus the weekend. What does each title entail, and what do you gain from being each one? Being the weekday or the weekend. So I think the weekday is obviously just like a normal, sometimes monogamous relationship. Like, it's you and this person. You guys have established that you're together. You don't want anyone else, and hopefully you don't have a weekend, like kind of coming in the middle. But the weekday is just a typical relationship. Like, you go out, you have fights, you have arguments, you have to like build your life, build your plans around someone else, and that's just what it is. It kind of feels like a 9-to-5 job. Like, everyone doesn't want a 9-to-5. Like, there's a lot of benefits to having a 9-to-5. You get insurance, you have a stable paycheck, you have a normal schedule, like a time where you can play, a time where you can work, all that shit. But it's like, some people like the excitement of fucking, what's it called? I can't think of the thing, but like when you just when you work for yourself. Yeah, that's what I think of a weekday. Weekend, I would consider it either being the side chick, you know, the person who just comes into the relationship during the middle of it and just be like, you know what, I know you're with someone, but like, I'm really feeling you, so like, let's just do this, fuck this other person. Or I would consider a weekend to be a non-committed thing. Like, I feel like you don't have to be in a monogamous, serious relationship to have a weekend. I feel like you just have to be with multiple people, and that's just one of the people that you're kind of giving your time to. It's almost like a rotation or a hotation, but you know, a different title. So I feel like what you gain from being a weekday is that you gain like an actual partner, you gain companionship, and it's kind of, I feel like it's building towards something better or stronger, love, whatever. And weekday is just fun. It's something that can kind of get you distracted from your problems going on at work or your problems going on at home. And yeah, weekday versus weekend. Number 2, okay, the levels of love, loving others slash loving yourself. And I kind of have it so it's like quotations, dating, situationships, being exclusive, and relationships. And I feel like whichever one you have on the spectrum depends on where you are in your life, what you want, and what you want to give others. So, you know, relationship, exclusive, that range, that's all about you wanting to like love someone else, wanting to commit part of your life to making someone else feel better, and vice versa. Like you hope like they can do the same for you. And when it comes to quotations and dating and all that shit, I feel like it's just these temporary moments of pleasure, temporary moments of good, exciting moments that you want, but you may not always care about the other person on the other end. Number 3, why does it seem so hard to be in a relationship when you're young? I think Drake said it best. Like, we live in a generation where I should have wrote it down. I can't use my phone to Google it. And my computer's slow as fuck. Wait a second. I'm gonna look it up just because it's just a solid line. It's very true. Come on, Google. Okay. Drake, Doing It Wrong. That's the song. We live in a generation of not being in love and not being together, but we sure make it feel like we're together because we're scared to see each other with somebody else. Like, most accurate fucking description of youth, young love in general. And I feel like in any generation, it's not just like youth in the fucking late 2000s or millennials or fucking like, I feel like baby boomers when they were young, they you know, they got into situationships. They just didn't have a title for it. It was just like you were dating multiple people or you were just trying to find the right one. And we've just gotten it very nailed down, our descriptions. But I feel like it's so difficult to, should I say be in love or find love? Yeah, to be in a relationship, to be in love. Because there's so many other things you have to worry about while you're building yourself up. Like your 20s, your late teens to your 20s, those are the developing years. Those are the years where you figure out what you want to do with your life and kind of work towards the things you need to do to make that happen. And sometimes while companionship and relationship would be nice, it's not always like the best thing for time, and also just maturity levels, not being able to sacrifice your needs sometimes to help other people out. Or what else? Did I write anything on this mind map? Yeah, I feel like some people just aren't mature enough at this stage in life to really love someone the way that they need to be loved. So then you end up being a fuckboy and wasting someone's time or playing with someone's emotions just so you can have like a couple moments of feeling like you're in something. And yeah, it's just something that I feel like you have to like live through and kind of grow up and realize what you actually want and how serious relationships actually are. But normal thing, like young love is just, it's fun in the moment, but it never really lasts long. And now the last but most important question. Is there anything else I need to tackle? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do at the end. Anyways, the last most important question: should you be the weekend? Dun dun dun. My answer, and you know, it's just an opinion for me. Like, there are millions of opinions in the world. There are millions of opinions from people who actually have like college degrees in psychology and really study this shit. And I'm basing my opinion and my answer on what I've seen, experience, and what I've seen, experience, or what I've seen from my friends and my family, like how they tackle relationships. Sometimes not in the most healthy way, but I feel like this is my most honest answer. So I think when we're talking about weekends being a side chick, I don't think you should be the weekend, because you're gonna develop feelings for someone who can't be monogamous, who can't like give you the love that you truly want and think that you deserve. So you're just gonna end up getting hurt and hurting someone else in the process, the first person, the chick or the guy who was in the relationship first. When it comes to being a side chick, no. When it comes to rotations and dating multiple people and trying to figure out what you want, and you're like the weekend, you're someone who, like, let's say this guy or girl is just kind of doling out time and being like, yo, you get 3 days, you get 3 days, you get a day with me on Monday, you get like a day with me on Friday and all this shit. By all means, go for it. I feel like, you know, sometimes we're just the weekend because we want attention, we want this affection, and we're not ready to have a serious, stable, committed type relationship or be with someone who could treat us the way we want to be treated. If you need like that moment, that moment of junk food, that moment of fast food that like tastes good at the moment but like leaves you sick an hour later, who am I to judge you? You know, I've had plenty of moments of being with people who I may have not initially knew they weren't the one at the time, but like over time I realized what it was. But I just was so addicted to the rush, addicted to like the sugar high of the fast food that was that situationship, which is a whole nother video. Situationships are very annoying. But anyways, being the weekend, I don't think it's a bad thing when you're not hurting other people. And when we go into I want to go into SZA's lyrics a little bit, because when she released the song, she says so herself, she didn't see it as a side chick anthem. She saw it as a girl who fell in love with a guy who's already with another girl, but also like, I don't know, it's just kind of like these continuations of being in love with someone who isn't able to give you the love that you actually want. So like in the beginning of the song, she's like, you say you got a girl, how you want me when you got a girl. The feeling is reckless of knowing it's selfish and knowing I'm desperate, getting all in your love, falling all over love. Do it till it hurts less. Like, she knows that's wrong. She knows that the love that this guy's trying to give her isn't what she actually wants, but like, she's so desperate for some type of affection, she's willing to take anything that she can get. And the whole, I don't care as long as you're here by 10:30, no later than blah 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 blah, or the my man is my man, her it's her man too. With that situation, I feel like maybe I don't know, it's so hard. Okay, I'm gonna read this because she's saying it's more like time sharing. I think this is how I'm trying to like wrap my mind around it. But okay, let's see. SZA said, "Time sharing a man is real as fuck. If we're all being honest, there are very few men that are just dating one woman. I think low key the internet makes it so difficult to be in relationships because we're taking in so much information. There's always new, more. Having one person seems like a restriction, like a limitation. Everyone's used to being overstimulated. Shout out to Janae, go Overstimulated. Trip is a good album. I feel like men kind of do this thing where they don't want to tell anyone about who they're with because they don't want to lose the opportunity to potentially call you if they needed to. Accurate as fuck. I don't do that. I've had moments. I'm not gonna do all that, but just I don't do that. I just think it's really fucked up that guys do that, because they definitely do. Not saying that they would, but they need the option. So in this song, I'm opting in. Like, I know you have a bunch of girls, probably. Maybe you're not being honest with me. I just know that you have mad girls. I still don't care because I don't want to be your girlfriend. Anyway, I'm not internalizing the way that you're acting as a disrespect towards me. It doesn't make me any less because you're not my boyfriend. Like, you're not her boyfriend, and you're not her boyfriend. You're just out here wilding. That's what it was. In the weekend situation, why she didn't like people calling it a side chick anthem is because like the guy wasn't truly with the first girl he was with. Like, he's just playing all of them to get everything he wants. And they get a little something, they get a little affection, they get a little love, but at the end of the day, no one really gets that true title of relationship that maybe one of the girls wants. So yeah, being in the weekend, time sharing. If that's what you want, if you just want the love without a title, I'm still all for it. I feel like one of my friends in particular, is going to be very angry with this opinion. Which I hope she is, because like I love talking about this and going deeper into the conversation starters that I'm making right now. But yeah, not all of us are ready for commitment. And the people that you're with, sometimes they're just not ready to give you all of that time. And if you feel like you deserve all that time, you just gotta move on. Point blank. I kind of want to share a story, but like I also kind of don't want to make this video long as fuck. So I will share a story of me time sharing or like potentially being in someone else's fucking rotation and maybe get into my opinion on situationships. But hopefully everything I said made sense. Hopefully you guys get the whole weekend time sharing situation and you don't consider the song a side chick anthem, because I really don't think it is. And we're gonna end this thing with a question. In a perfect world, no, I won't say it like that. Just in the moment you are in your life, just being honest with yourself. Do you think you would rather be someone's weekday or weekend? Not weekend as in side chick, but just weekend as in time sharing. Someone that you are dating frequently, that you're talking to probably once a week or something, but you don't have that serious title. You know, you're just open to do whatever you want. Which one would you rather be? I might try to like write shit, so like, I'm not just pointing at air. Weekday or weekend? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a lot more videos coming, and yeah, I have a lot more videos coming. Don't worry, I'm still very committed to this. But I'm Marcel J. I'm Marcel J. Thanks for checking this out. Make sure you give it a like, a subscribe if you want to see more videos of me. Cause I got some. Yeah, just wait on it. Oh fuck! There's so much I want to say, but like I'm not gonna. Bye. Good vibes. Have a good weekend. Adios.